That's right, Hogan here for Punch Out Boxing. I'm here with Aneestaj here in Oxford Circus, Sports Direct's flagship store, I guess. Great environment, great sunny day out there, but for you, you're just thinking about the hot night Friday against Viddal-Riley.
No, I'm not thinking about that at the moment. I'm going to leave here, go get some food, go relax, go chill. I'll think about Friday on Friday.
So, is it fair to say there's a little bit of needle as brewed between the two of you?
Yeah, since the last fight, it's a bit personal now because of the cut, because of the stuff I heard from the team, excuse me, about having to get into title contention. I find all that silly. So it's a bit personal now.
Well, that makes it all the more exciting for us. I don't know if you remember when we spoke back in Lee Valley last year. Yeah. Uh huh. I remember you said you're not going to rush things, but I mean, in some ways, this is quite a step up because maybe not in terms of actual levels reached, but I'm sure you know Vidal's being heavily hyped by Sky. They're backing him. They obviously want him to be a star of the future. What was your decision for taking the original fight?
I knew that was coming. So when I told you I'm not going to rush it, it was a bit of play as well because I know people are watching. I was offered that fight in November. So when I actually fought that Eric Nazarian on that day in Lee Valley, I was supposed to be fighting the next night, I think it was, or the day before, whenever, on a Sky show because they offered me Vidal Riley, but they offered me 4 weeks notice, and I said no. So it was something that I don't see it as much of a like a step up of sorts. We're a similar level, um, which was proved last time because if he was this world champion and this amazing upcoming superstar, he should have knocked me out. He shouldn't have had an issue, but we saw he did have issues, and that's why the rematch got made because Sky knew that the fight was inconclusive. It wasn't how they expected it to go. All the rest of his fights were calculated risks, and that's what they thought I was, a calculated risk, and turned out to be very wrong. I weren't turning up for a bit of money. I was turning up for a fight, and hey, it's in the roots. I love a fight.
Indeed, from both your heritage. By the way, what part of Pakistan is it? Your father who's from there? What part of Pakistan is he from?
He's from Azad Kashmir. So when I boxed in Pakistan, I boxed for the Azad Kashmir team. I was actually the first person in 38 years or 37 years of boxing to medal for Azad Kashmir.
Azad Kashmir, same part of the world as the Azim brothers, I believe.
Yeah, same part of the world as them. You've also got Kash Ali from the same village. He is from just down the road, about 5-10 minutes down the road from where my village is, my part of the village, and that's where Kash Ali's from. There's a lot of people from my area. My nephew passed away, Ali Tazim. Uh, Again, same. We've got a lot of upcoming boxers from that area.
Wow, Ali Tazim, God rest his soul, was your nephew. Didn't know that. So you're clearly from a great fighting stock.
That's it. His dad and myself are cousins. His grandma and my dad are first cousins. Yeah, first cousins. So that's even his dad and me are cousins, and he's in essence my cousin once removed from my nephew. So yeah, but we're all crazy fighters. There's a lot of history, the older kabaddi players and stuff like that. So
Indeed, it'd be great. I've never asked the Azim brothers this, but would the dream be to have a big show there? Srinagar, that big Modi would like that.
I'd love it. Honestly, I wouldn't mind having a fight over there. I know the professional boxing is getting up over there. I know just recently they had Usman Wazir has just announced his fight for the WBO Youth World Title in Gilgit Stadium, so Pakistan. So it's coming up. Hopefully, one day we could have a country that's not riddled with corruption, not riddled with all the bloody issues, and a successful, sporting um, country as well.
Indeed. And what about your mother? What part of Scotland is she from?
Glasgow, Kelvin side. So
Nothing. Yeah. Okay, but I mean, so on this rematch, obviously it was a cut. You think you didn't particularly find him particularly powerful as a cruiserweight?
no, there was no power. We know how cuts are caused. It's a grazing shot, not so much a actual thudding shot. Um, he did land thudding shots, but they didn't affect me. And even when at times when I couldn't see out the eye properly, if you can't put me out, we've got issues then, haven't we? Because I'll walk through his shots all day long.
I know you said you don't necessarily need to change things, but sure you know he has, if nothing else, got a great amateur pedigree. Maybe he's actually able to change things up quite a lot. Are you mentally prepared that you might have to change on the fly if necessary?
Yeah, well, he's got a good amateur pedigree. He didn't do anything as a senior. That's why he went over onto the other world. Whereas I did a lot as a senior. So it's a tale of two halves. He had a decent junior career. I had a good decent amateur senior career. So we're both good amateurs. So just as much as he could do something, so can I. So we'll see on the night. It will be about what happens on the night to each round, one round at a time.
And of course, you're in a red hot division. Right at the top, obviously, we've got probably the three big guys who are in the world title picture. Just below that, you've got this crop of guys who are probably around the British level. They could have a tournament just themselves. Then, even new prospects. There's so many. I don't know why cruiserweight's so hot right now, but win this, put you right up amongst the real stars.
Oh, of course it does, because he's being touted as this future star. He's being touted as someone who's top 4 or 5 in the country. So, what I said after the last fight was, well, people have got to give him my due. If I've given him a tough fight, it means I'm a lot better than what people were saying. And we'll see on Friday night. We'll see what happens. But I don't picture him being there. I don't picture him lasting. That's something else to also take from everything is I don't think his heart's in it.
Do you think that time he spent like building the social media, do you think it's almost softened him?
Possibly. It all depends on it. Does he really want it? Is it is? I know his dad trains him or trained him when he had a new coach and whatever is happening with his coaching team. Um, no one else can fight for you. The difference between him and me, I would say, is I've got the heart, I've got the cojones. I enjoy a fight, and if we get taken into deep waters, does he like to be there? When you when you're fighting just for the money and for oh yeah, I could do all that, you start second guessing everything. When you're fighting because you love to fight, you don't second guess. You keep going until you can't go.
Interesting. When you just said cojones, it's triggered a memory. You're a fluent Spanish speaker, and you sometimes serve as a second to some of these away fighters. How'd that come about?
No, actually, I served as the second to Yonik Baluta. He was the away fighter on that night, but he signed to match, not match to Francis Warren and Queensbury. Um, he needed someone to help him with translation. He used to get his friends doing it, but me and him are good friends as well. And I was free that night, and I said to him, "Listen, don't get anyone else. Have someone with a bit of boxing knowledge there helping you." And that's it. So he's fighting on the he's fighting on the uh, fighting in August sometime. I think that's just been getting sorted, um, and I hope to be there again, helping him however I can.
Oh well, so many skills to your repertoire. It's a pity there's not more Spanish speakers in the cruiserweight division. You could really build some following.
Yeah, you know what? We could have a head to head, a face to face in Spanish if they want, but it is what it is. It's a skill that people seem to lack is knowing a second language, whether it's Spanish, whether it's French, whether it's German. Having the ability to be bilingual is an advantage, and it's something that you need in everyday life. This is away from boxing, everyday life. You never know where you might be, and people don't speak English, but if they speak Spanish, if they speak French, you can converse in a language that helps. Like for myself, speaking Punjabi as well, Pahari Punjabi, I could be in any part of the world. I could know, if there's someone speaking Punjabi, if I don't speak the same language, I'll get by.
Indeed. Well, the main language you're going to have to speak on Friday night is violence. So, Anis, good luck for Friday night, and yeah, I can't wait to see how that one turns out.
Thank you. I hope you're good. Hope you're there, and hope you get to see, witness the violence. I'm fluent in that language as well.
Indeed. Anis, thanks for speaking to Punch Out Boxing.